Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 vs 2 on Rockclaw Foothills. Playing as the Orks on the southern side, we've got Tiger Shark and we've got Ice Cube. And playing as the Imperial Guard on the northern side, we've got Barduel and we have got me. This is quite exciting. First faction war we've had in quite some time, actually. I do want to highlight that if anyone ever does play a faction war, please do send it in via the Discords. Links in the description as always. Just because it's cool and it's nice. And this game also came from our newbie-friendly Soulstorm event that we had the other day. So obviously, I've been playing for a bit. Tiger Shark has been playing for a bit, so we've been separate onto separate teams. And Ice Cube is fairly new to all the shenanigans and stuff. And so is Barduel. So we're working together. It's semi-pros and semi-not-pros versus each other. So fairly exciting stuff. So yeah, Orks versus Imperial Guard. We've seen this matchup before, and we've seen this map several times before. Capturing the centre as early as possible is usually the mainstay of the strategies going on here, and that's exactly why I'm planning to do, sending one Tech Priest Engine Seer over to put up some bits and bobs and make sure that these points are inaccessible to the Orks at the moment. Neither Tiger Shark or Ice Cube is moving about or anything like that. They are going to get some Slugger Boys from Ice Cube, as well as, I assume, there's some Shooter Boys from Tiger Shark, so plenty of extra boys. Not going to go for the big mech straight away, as there are lots of points to capture and all that good stuff, but we've got Tiger Shark coming over and capturing the central, well, the central? Not as central as the other ones, but kind of semi-central. We also have these contested strategic points down here as well, which is always something to keep your eye on. Now, Imperial Guard versus Orks in the early game. I mean, the Imperial Guard maybe struggle a little bit with the infantry side of things, considering that the Guardsmen don't really win against a large squad of Shooter Boys or Slugger Boys, unless, of course, they get some grenade launchers. But the command squad versus the Big Mac needs to make sure that he keeps his teleporty do-free-do-dad on the go just in case he gets caught out of position. And the heavy bottle turret has been finished just in the nick of time. We'll see some fairly big squads of Slugger Boys from Ice Cube here. So plenty of boys to absorb the fire, but yeah, even this amount of Orks aren't going to be taking on a heavy bottle turret anytime soon. I've also sent down a command squad as well. Just for the good times and the bad times. Shooter Boys going toe-to-toe with the command squad. Slugger Boys also being beaten back. So yeah, it's basically mirror builds between me and Barduel here. And I haven't quite got around sending any boys to capture things down here at the moment. I'm just making sure that everything is being caught nice and proper and all that stuff. Ice Cube going to send some Slugger Boys over on this side, see if he can take on the contested location. Moving for a lot of negative cover there. That will slow the command squad down. And why I'm thinking, well, there's too many Orks over there. Not going to hustle with that tussle at this present moment in time. Big Mech being joined by some Shooter Boys here. We're seeing heavy bottle turret placed down here by Barduel as well. So if we can get 2 heavy bottle turrets up, at least for the early game, that's the ideal situation we want. But yeah, actually, taking a big chunk of health of it quite quickly. Thankfully, the Tech Priest Engine Seer will be able to out-DPS the damage. Tiger Shark trying to focus down on that Tech Priest Engine Seer. Cancellation on that as the command squad goes into close combat. And the Big Mech teleporting away, like I say, making sure that he's keeping out of harm's way. But we'll have to be a lot more careful now, as that teleport does take quite a long time to come off cooldown. Slugger Boys just manoeuvring around, seeing what they can do. Really, just being a nuisance, if anything. They know that they can't really take on much on down this side, but they keep their numbers big, and they keep me distracted. That's probably their idea of what's going on. Imperial Guard trying to move over onto this side, but a War Banner as well as a Listening Post. And Shooter Boys, that's triple the damage, triple the fun. So the command squad straight in. Melee squads, especially Orc Slugger Boys, they do tend to struggle against commanders. Even if you've got lots of them, and then you surround a singular model with them, there's only so many models at once that can actually beat them down. Slugger Boys don't have a huge amount of DPS in the melee department neither, so that's something to take into consideration. They're going to focus on capturing the relic. We are seeing Ice Cube move his Orcs around quite a lot. You don't normally want to move entire squads like that together. You can kind of separate them to achieve multiple things, but it's this bad boy here. It's really hampering their ability to move out and spread. And now we're seeing some Imperial Guardsmen moving on down here. Going to get those grenade launchers on the go as well. A bit heavy investment in Tier 2. Sometimes you'd see people like going up to Tier 2 straight away. But no, we're going to stay in Tier 1 for a little bit. Wait for these plasma generators to be finished so we can then have a nice healthy green bank of money to go into some vehicular stuff potentially in the second tier of stuff. The Orks, they're doing alright. They've now got a good amount of stuff. Potential to move down in the centre. Also going to look at this critical location. More vision means we're able to see what the Orks are up to before they even know what they're doing. Big shooters now on Tiger Shark Shooter Boys. They will do a significant amount of damage. to both command squad and guardsmen. With 2 squads of them as well. Psyker gets taken down from Bardul's squad. Also, my Psyker's been killed as well, so double Psykers. What are the chances? What are the odds? Priest about to go down as well. So yeah, double shooter boys with big shooters. That's a mean ticket right there. Sugar boys also for the front lines to make sure that no one ties these guys up in close combat. Command squad, not yet got... Oh no, he's got a Psychic friend now. It's quite good. Well done. And the heavy bolter turret will be killed by big shooters if it's focus fired on. Got Bardul's guardsmen also now going to go for some grenade launchers as well. So Bertha's definitely focusing a lot in the early tiers in this match. Going to see a infantry command on this, on my side as well. Purely because, I mean, there's something to be said about, you know, you could use it for defensive structure, but also it's a long way if you're building people to walk down here to join the front fighting stuff. But got an infantry command there, you could just also build other people to be quickly round the front as well. And also, I've realised I've had a fair bit of flirt there as well. Orks over on this side, I've managed to capture the... Have you managed to capture it? No, you haven't. You're standing there for reasons. Bearing in mind that this is, like I say, the newbie-friendly game. Or a game from the newbie-friendly event, so... It's all good fun, baby. It's all good fun. The teams are balanced, I do believe. But a significant amount of Slugger Boys coming in now. And also, Tiger Shark bringing in those big shooters. His primary target is a heavy bolter turret. If you can take that down, that will unlock this place for him to use. Big Mac over here going toe-to-toe with a priest. Command squad very, very strong if all 3 guys are focusing on one person in particular. But when they're spread out, the combat effectiveness is a bit lackluster. I've stuck a bunch of boys inside here. And look at the sheer amount of firepower coming out of here now. Also plasma guns as well. And the big mechs. I mean, if they're both focus fire on this, or both focus bash, whatever phrase you like to use on this, they're quite decent, but there's too many things going on around them. Can't really focus too much on it. Shooter boys still on the back lines. Slugger boys, you can just see a carpet of green and red on the floor at the moment. The Temporary Agency are also making sure that this building is nice, safe and healthy. So a good push from the Orks. Definitely taking care of that heavy bolter, but the moment that heavy bolter went down, they should have then pulled backwards. There's not much else that they could have really done in that situation. The big shooters keeping these boys sweet, making sure that they don't push too far forward. Might need some more lads there. Now should the big shooters go into... Oh, I see what they're going to do. They're going to decap this, and that way it reduces our vision. Once that goes down, we won't be able to see. He says... Oh, it's the critical location that's giving us the extra vision. Right, fair enough. They need to take this out ASAP, because the grenade launchers can fire beyond the standard vision. So, there we go. Good economies are 93 and 30. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. It's 140 and 30 for Tiger Shark, 86 and 20. It's 92 and 40, 97 and 30. So, quite a significant amount of blue money coming out for Tiger Shark here. Definitely investing in those big listing posts. So and he's also in tier 2 as well. Are you in tier 2? You're just about ready for tier 2. Just one more war banner necessary, and then we're laughing all the way to the bank. We've managed to recapture this. The centre still holds, and we're not ready to push out just as of yet. Going to see another infantry command by Bardul over here as well. Got a similar idea to me. Yeah, we just need to hold here. We've got the majority of the points captured, so realistically, we can have some spare time. There's no rush for us when you've got the economic advantage. The longer the game goes on, the more advantage that you'll have. Although then again, in saying that, we didn't have quite exactly the same amount of upgraded points as Tiger Shark did. Mechanized command for Bardul on the front lines as well. So that's all good. And I do believe that I was building mine over here. I am, but no one's building it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Now we're going on the offensive. After all, the first point that's easiest to capture once we've captured the centre is this point here. Do we have an equivalent? We don't have an equivalent point, do we? No, I suppose the map isn't very symmetrical there. It's not as symmetrical as you think. See that one gets taken down. An easy, grasping, strategic point for us. And that's a lot of boys. There's a swarm of guardsmen. No tanks in sight. It's a sunny day, walk on the beach. Big Mac sees them. And he's thinking, no, we need more stuff. Got lots of shooter boys, some knobs as well. They'll be quite hard to take down with grenade launchers. Tank busters as well, anticipating any Chimera nonsense. A Commissar in the ranks for the command squad of Bardul. Also got a Commissar somewhere, I think, for me. Yeah, we've got a Commissar over here as well. And the Nobs, they can resist quite a lot of damage. But there is a lot of firepower incoming. They charge straight in. Been zapped by the Psyker. They've lost the morale. But they've also been supported by all this firepower. So all they really have to do is just absorb all this lasgun fire from the backlines while the shooter boys do their business. The numbers are falling, the waxing and waning. And their reinforcement rate isn't exactly the fastest. Commies are inspiring the men, making sure that they're not losing morale. Bardul over here, his command squad isn't exactly feeling the vibes there. And the constant firepower over here trying to take down this listing post, but the Gretchen for Tiger Shark keeping it repaired, but not infiltrated at them. Well, they probably are infiltrators that you can't see, but they can be seen because there's Psyker knocking around. Shooter boys for Ice Cube, double of them. But on their own, might want to hold them back for the moment, wait for the critical mass of lads before you actually push in any further. Going to see a mech shop, a couple of war trucks and war tracks for the boys. And also going to see some heavy boy armor research over on Ice Cube's side of things. But currently, no anti-vehicle stuff, so actually, some war trucks and war tracks is exactly what the Doctor ordered, or the Mad Doctor ordered. Got cheeky heavy weapons teams just knocking around here. I'm just thinking, well, if anyone comes around this side, we've got an upgraded listing post, we've got this bad boy hanging around as well, so any sly stuff happening, could take them on. The guardsmen separating themselves. Chaos Machine Spirit on that war truck. But we've only got one Psyker in the ranks here. So that's it. That's all the Chaos Machine Spirit you're getting. The guardsmen aren't exactly going to be cutting through its hide very quickly. The war truck over here going to go for a bomb chucker. And all these closely compact guardsman units will be feeling the brunt of that bomb chucker. I do love how he's just pumping his fist whenever he fires stuff. He's not doing it now, but sometimes he does it. Just really having a good old time. There he goes, look at him. Hands in the air like you just don't care. Scream if you want to go faster. But sadly, he's been blown up. Does a little kickflip in the air. They're not too expensive. Not too expensive at all. I mean, considering that... Yeah, Tiger Shark, he's got plenty of money to play with. Even though his economy's been taken a hammering by losing 2 listing posts, he's still got plenty. Got double Hellhounds. The Hellhounds are not exactly going to be taking on the war trucks at all. Great against the infantry, but not going to do it lickety-split against the war trucks. Over here, more shooter boys. Splitting the attention of the Imperial Guard. They're not pushing as far forward as they were originally, and now tank busters are moving forward. Like how they were held back a little bit to make sure that we weren't really aware that they were knocking around. Sneaky tactics from Tiger Shark. Ice Cube falling back, but he's managing to do a creeping retreat from these guys, taking them out one by one, but at threat of losing his own listing post. Hellhound moving a fit bar forward. Fit bar forward? Bit far forward. Good lord. I haven't even been drinking. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. The sneaky tank busters and the shooter boys a little bit in the heavy cover. Could have done with being a bit more inside, but hey, I'm not here to split hairs, are we? Oh, a lovely X of rockets going over that Hellhound there. Now got the theme tune for the X-Men cartoon series from the 90s on Fox Kids in my head. It was quite a cracking theme tune. Valkyrie Fire in here, wonderful little pickup from me, I do believe. Don't play the game very well often, but sometimes do. Got some Ogrins as well. There's no priest on them though, so they can be a lot more vulnerable than they normally are, but still, we're going to send them in. Bash the big mech. Give him a taste of his own medicine. But this is a good amount of shooter boys and not a really high amount of Imperial Guard. We'll split ourselves up to focus on the listing post over here. The Ogrins, a good idea, but not nearly enough to take on all of this going forward. Ogre's trying to retreat, but sadly being blasted around. Go on, can he get out? Get out, get about. Can he do it? Oh dear, oh dear. Never mind. He tried his best. His best just simply wasn't good enough. War truck blasting away, but we now have got a las cannon on our heavy weapons teams. Oh my goodness, look at that. Anticipating a change in composition, and then, well, you know what, we'll just get a new one. We'll change the weapons that we've got on us. I mean, he's almost dead. He's also not been microed away, but yeah, you can't play perfect every time, can you? Absolutely not. Gonna get some Cascans on the way from my place. Have you got any cool things? Yeah, you're gonna go for some Ogrins as well. Time Busters running away, tails in between their legs. And the Orks, well, they're struggling a little bit. They haven't quite exactly got over the halfway plot point, but they have managed to push us out and are now capturing or recapturing the bits that they have lost. So it's not all over. And you can tell that there's loads of Ork corpses over here. There's loads of Imperial Guard corpses over here, so you can tell exactly where people have been winning and losing. Tiger Shark, are you in tier 3 at the moment? You're not in tier 3. You, Ice Cube? Yeah, well, Ice Cube about to get into tier 3. The Orky fort on his HQ. And this listing post from Bardul is about to go down. But not unless, of course, the Imperial Guard can help it. A lot of firepower. Also transitioning over to some plasma guns now. Just to help the heavier infantry of the Orks. So far, actually, no big knobs at the moment. War truck being stunned with another Cursed Machine Spirit. Over on this side, the Ogrins are trying to beat these guys back, but Ice Cube now using that heavy cover to full effect. Priests have been joining the Ogrins though, so they will be immune from damage for a short little while. The Righteous Fervor. Ogrins always benefit from having someone of at least room temperature IQ telling them what to do. Charge forward. Bonk them on the head with your stabby bits. That's what the Emperor would love. The Ogrins, well, that's what they do, innit? They do what the Emperor loves. But Tiger Shark holding his end of the bargain at the moment. We are now making a big push over onto this side. Bardul and myself working together in tandem, making sure that we're moving together as one big death ball. Previously, when we split our efforts, that was when we started failing. So if we just come together and make a big spiky hedgehog wall of las cannons and las guns, we should be alright. So far, the Orks haven't got that much going on for them, but they've now got double Orky forts. A mega armor knob going to go for a full complement as well. And flash gates from Tiger Shark. Flash gates will murderize this entire blob if left unattended. So we've really got to make sure that they're either blasted from a distance with artillery or hampered by some close combat stuff. Got one lone Ogrin charging in. Some people late to the crew also going to come in as well. And some Valkyrie stuff blasting these Orks on this side. But again, once again, using the heavy cover. Ice Cube really quickly learning the back and forth of the game here. It just goes to show, if you play with people that know what's going on and just follow their lead, you kind of just naturally pick up stuff. Best way to learn, I would say. Cascans as well, also accompanying themselves with plasma guns. Now, apparently, while I was playing this game, I was told that if you equip these guys with plasma guns, it actually reduces the amount of DPS they actually bring out, purely because their weapons are naturally anti-heavy infantry anyway. So, isn't that interesting? The flash kits are now out, and even if we're going to stand in the heavy cover... Oh, look at that. Little cheeky... Who was that? Was that from me or was that from Bardul? You know what? We'll take... Oh, no, never mind. Is it me? It's me! Well done, me! Too good at this game, he says. You've seen me play before, you know this is just all chat. We've got flash kits from Ice Cube as well. Orks, everyone thinks, oh yeah, they're a melee race. Absolutely not, they are a deceptively ranged race. And the Imperial Guard, soon to be turned into Swiss cheese, unless we do something about them. Mega Armor Knobs will also making sure that they're in the centre, causing some issues. Command Squad over here, been made immortal for a little while. Big Mech joining those shooter boys, pulling them back a little bit behind the more healthier and more heavier flash gates. The Command Squad for Bardul is giving up, chasing those Mega Armor Knobs around. Just two boys in cloth armor with sticks. Wrecking their minds, and we think, you know what? We ain't going to be beating these flash kits anytime soon. This is just a meat grinder. So we're going to fall back a little bit. Oh, also tank busters. Tank busters bothering our tanks, which is not good at all. So we're going to charge in, but we can't see them at the moment. They're too sneaky for us. And yes, Orks really bitterly holding on there. Excellent use of, well, what was it? It was the positioning. Even though we had the heavy cover advantage, just being unable to really spread out as much as we wanted to. Now the Orks are in the back lines. They're in the back of the base. And they are focusing on everything. There are lots of things that they can kill over on this side as well. Got to be very careful to make sure that those Orks aren't up to no good. But double Lehman Russes now. Hopefully their main gun, the AoE damage that it does, the knockback as well, will do us some favours. Still an impressive amount of guardsmen, but mere humans are not going to stand up. I mean, look how quickly they're just dying in droves here. Even the Ogrins aren't exactly standing up to quadruple. I think they're not quadruple squads, are they? Oh, they're about to be quadruple squads of flash kits just knocking around. There's also, remember, there's also big shooters, the shooter boys as well. And even though these guys aren't necessarily anti-vehicle, concentrated fire will do them in, as well as being flanked by the... But also narrowly avoiding a good chunk of that Valkyrie fire there. Very nice to see, but now we've got quadruple Lehman Russes on those front lines. While it's going on, we've also got Tiger Shark inside the base, causing some issues for us. Being very sneaky. He's not really announcing it or anything. Bardul bringing the Basilisk into shotgun range. A wonderful use of fighting juice from Tiger Shark here, keeping a lot of his flash kits alive for a short while. Mega Armor Knobs getting into close combat with the Lehman Russ. Also some Valkyrie fire cutting off the retreat for some of these guys. Running away as quickly as they can. Mad Doc in there on the front lines, been focused fired. Going to see some custom gadgets for the stunning of vehicles. If these guys been stood next to each other as well, these tanks, there's a potential for them to get double zapped. Got to be careful with that. Mega Armor Knobs, man, they're just not dying, are they? I mean, individual models are dying, but it takes them a while. I suppose that's why they're called Mega Armor Knobs, eh? Basilisk gets taken down. And just, you can barely see the sand at the moment. So much death and destruction from both sides here, but it does look like the flash gates are struggling a little bit against all the tanks that we've got going on at the moment. Tank Buster been taken out. Without that Tank Buster support, flash gates are going to not have the best times going on here. Got War Truck coming over. Got that Mars Pattern Command as well. The Tank Busters have killed all the plasma generators. Now probably going to turn around and start going on around this side as well. So definitely, I mean, what's our green money at the moment? 26. We've got a lot of flow at the moment, so we'll be fine for now, but if you want to keep pumping out vehicles, that's a no-go for us. Good lord. Look at this. Just a sea of bodies. My goodness, it's like Agincourt or something. There we are. All the righty route. Flash gets hiding away in the heavy cover. What situation going on the ground for you guys? Lovely placement of war banners as well. Just very organised. I quite like that. Got some Mega Armor Knobs for Tiger Shark. Yeah, they were doing quite a good job, actually. I wouldn't say no to adding them to the unit composition. Made some regular knobs as well. Maybe even like a fighter bomber or two, just for the AoE knockback on everything. You know, kind of, it's got quite a long range. It blasts these guys and it just knocks them around quite fast, so it would disperse a lot of DPS. We're now thinking about falling back as well, because we've still got tank busters in the base at the moment, causing us all the issues. Sending some boys back through the tunnels of these buildings. Guys now going to hide in the corner. See if they can take up one more plasma generator, but Baneblade out of nowhere. That's not what the tank buster want to see. Sure, okay, yeah, they want to bust tanks, but that is a tank that ain't going to be busted anytime soon. Let's sling a bunch of boys back. Also going to get a second Baneblade. 2 Baneblades in 1. Quadruple Lehman Russes. We've got the armor. But do we have the penetration? That's the question. Flash gates spreading themselves out. Not sure if that's the idea. Some are going this way, some are going that way. The Imperial Guard working in tandem. The Orks need to do exactly the same. Otherwise, just ending up in a 1v2 situation. These guys have moved over here. And can we see them? Yes, we can. So we know exactly what they're up to. Trying to go in for that decap. But don't think they'll bring them much in the way of advantage. Advantage. Good lord. Making up loads of words today. 2 Cascans, they've gone the wrong way. And they'll pay for their mistakes. Valkyrie completely and totally missed. Like I said, they can't all be winners, can they? Absolutely not. Got some Basilisks for Bardul as well. Just more firepower. And the Orks, well, they're a bit up shit's creek without a paddle. They'll need something substantial. Extra vehicle armor on the way. And extra vehicle armor for Tiger Shark as well. They've both got a relic, so maybe double squig-offs. But I don't know how effective the squig-offs are going to be in these narrow confines. They'll be much more effective out in the open here. And sometimes you will see them being used in range stance exclusively. But I don't know, man. It's a dangerous game to be played. Look at it. Baneblade friends. Oh my goodness. Almost synchronized in their movements. The beauty of Dawn of War pathing made manifest. Oh, just so graceful, man. Like a swan that's missing its legs and it's broken its wings and is rolling across a beach. Oh shit, we need to go back to the Orks so we can actually see the tank busters. There we go, we can see the tank busters now, we know what they're up to. That's sneaking around with us about. Got the war boss in there. He can activate his war to make people go a bit faster. A bit more shooty yet. Oh, he cares the path, they're trying to get around the corner, but as they get around the corner, they all start grouping up en masse. Primary real estate for the Baneblades and their big cannons. My goodness, my gracious. They're being killed good and proper. Might be a wise idea to stand on top of here. That might be the idea, because then you're able to fire down at everyone. It's some better... I mean, it doesn't really affect the range or anything, but you can at least see things and not get caught in the corner of doom. And these Lehman Russes... I don't think any of them have died yet, because we've been repairing them as we've been going. Not letting a single one fall, which is, you know, it's just good practice, isn't it? Want to make sure that, you know, you keep your things all safe and tickety-boo. Or keeping them in good stead and good repair. These bastards, though, not having the same kind of story. But the command squad will be seeing these tank busters and show them a good time, or a bad time, depending on where you stand on the whole matter. No, it just seems like it's just tank busters down here. Have I got many flash kits left? We see more being recruited? No, not at the moment. Everyone seems to be taken out. The Orks are still making the Imperial Guard pay for every inch of land they take, but it's just, yeah, hold this armour. What are you going to do against it? We've got some more tank busters around here. Well, the Baneblades aren't taking that much damage. Even the Lehman Russes aren't really too miffed about what's going on. They push further in. Tank bus has been shot at. And the Commissar didn't need to kill one of his own to inspire the men, but he did anyway. He's got a good work ethic as that Commissar. Flash gets with the war boss. He's getting some good shots in, but not surviving. And that's just a whole squad wipe right there. Got some boys pushing over onto this side as well. A looted Lehman Russ now. If you can't beat them, join them. Or at least steal what they have and use it against them. More flash kits on the way as well. Second looted Lehman Russ. It's looking a bit threadbare for the Orks. They're now going to go for some minefields. Some guerrilla warfare. Valkyrie's been dropped straight on top of that mech, but actually does a fair bit of damage against the building. All seeing all these war bands been upgraded as well, which is a nice touch. But the settlement, the Orky fort of Ice Cube, now being laid siege to. Let's throw a cheeky Hellhound into the composition just because, why not? Got tank busters around the backside, focusing on the Baneblade. Also got tank busters here. And oh dear, oh dear. Oh, we've lost one tank. That's just a shame right there. Actually, these flash kits have managed to push back these guys quite nicely. Double flash kits, like I say, can melt through any kind of infantry formation. And even this Baneblade, look at it, what a brave man. Drive me close, guardsmen. I want to hit them with the long bit of our gun rail. I want to fire straight into their faces. I know he's too shy. That guy was just giving him a little bit of a rub on the side, saying, "You've done a good job. Thank you for trying." And as both of my Leman Russ have been killed. No, I've still got one Leman Russ left. Bardul seems to only have one Leman Russ himself now as well. So that is Ice Cube more or less done. Another Hellhound around the backside as well. And now it's just Tiger Shark. Known for his stubborn lack of desire to lose. He will always put everything on the table. It's never over until the fat lady sings. Well, there's no such thing as a lady orc. At least I hope there isn't. Actually, no, that's a lie. In Blood Bowl there is. You get orc cheerleaders. Or maybe not in Blood Bowl 3. I think they just took out loads of features in that game because they're terrible people. But Blood Bowl 2, I do believe it was. You could see some orc cheerleaders. Horrible, don't Google it. Or Rule 34 it. Just don't think about it. Stop thinking about orcs with lady bits in cheerleader outfits. Don't do it. You're a grown-up. Or maybe you're not. But if you're not, then don't watch these videos. You're not old enough for it. Look at this, a solid wall of lasgun, cannon, big tanky bits. Just how the God Emperor intended it. Warband's attempt to get some missile launches, but it's too late. Too little too late. Cube says he's dead. Just fair play. And they throw out the GGs. And that's some very exciting stuff. Like I said, I want to say thank you to everyone for taking part in this game, and for everyone who took part in the event as a whole. There were loads of people in there, and we were playing till quite late in the evening, so it was really, really good fun. We'll have to do it again sometime in the near future. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week, and there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace!